When most people hear the title Business Analyst, they nod politely but secretly wonder, what does this person actually do all day? Unlike doctors, teachers, or engineers, the business analyst's role isn't something you can picture immediately. And yet, in every successful organization, especially those managing complex projects, you'll almost always find at least one BA. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what a business analyst does, why the role matters, what tools and skills you need, how the role differs from similar jobs like data analyst, and even what a career path looks like if you want to grow in this space. Think of this as your ultimate overview of the business analyst career. My goal is to make sure that by the end, you'll be able to clearly explain to anyone what a BA does, why they're so important, and whether this might be a career for you. Today, we'll cover the big picture, but in future videos, I'll be diving much deeper into each area. So when I talk about writing user stories, I'll later create a full tutorial just on that. When I introduce tools like Jira or Power BI, I'll also do dedicated step-by-step walkthroughs so you can practice along with me. So let's get started by answering the most basic but crucial question: what exactly is a business analyst? At its core, a business analyst is the bridge between business needs and technical solutions. Businesses constantly face challenges. Maybe customers are frustrated with a slow website. Maybe a hospital is struggling with patient wait times. Or maybe a bank wants to launch a new mobile app but isn't sure what features are most important. That's where the BA comes in. They sit between stakeholders, who know the problem, and the technical team, who can build solutions. The BA's job is to make sure both sides understand each other. Think of them as translators. Business people speak in terms of goals, pain points, and money. Technical people speak in code, architecture, and system constraints. The BA listens to the business, captures the requirements, and then translates those into clear instructions for the technical team. Unlike developers, BAs usually don't code. Unlike project managers, they're not primarily focused on budgets and schedules. Their focus is requirements: what should be built, why it should be built, and how success will be measured. And because businesses evolve constantly, the BA's role is never static. They analyze processes, identify inefficiencies, and recommend changes that align with strategic goals. A business analyst's daily tasks vary by industry and project, but 4 responsibilities show up again and again. The first is requirements gathering. This is the heart of the BA role. Gathering requirements means sitting down with stakeholders and asking thoughtful questions like, what's the current problem? What does success look like? And what features are must-have versus nice-to-have? BAs run workshops, conduct interviews, distribute surveys, and even shadow employees to see how work is done today. The second responsibility is documentation. Once the information is gathered, it needs to be written clearly. This could be a business requirements document, a functional requirements document, or user stories in agile projects. Good documentation ensures there's no confusion later. The third is stakeholder management. Often, different stakeholders want different things. Marketing may want speed, finance may want cost savings, IT may want security. The BA balances these competing priorities, facilitates discussions, and helps the group reach consensus. The fourth is process improvement. Sometimes the problem isn't just about new software, but about the way people work. A BA analyzes existing processes, identifies inefficiencies, and recommends improvements. This is why many BAs are also skilled in Lean, Six Sigma, or other process improvement methods. Each of these responsibilities could be a full training on its own. And in fact, I'll create separate videos on requirements gathering techniques, documentation templates, and stakeholder workshops. A business analyst doesn't need to master every tool, but there are a few that show up repeatedly. Jira is one of the most popular project management tools, especially in agile environments. It's where BAs create and manage user stories, track sprints, and collaborate with development teams. Excel remains the BA's best friend. Whether it's cleaning stakeholder survey data, creating pivot tables, or building simple models, Excel is indispensable. Power BI is another big one. Many organizations now want data visualizations and dashboards. BAs may not become full-time BI developers, but having enough knowledge to build a basic dashboard adds enormous value. Confluence and Lucidchart are also very common, with Confluence used for documentation and Lucidchart or Visio for diagrams like process flows and system maps. Don't worry if you don't know these yet. I'll be creating beginner-friendly tutorials on each, starting with Jira. Beyond tools, the soft and analytical skills make a BA truly effective. Communication is number one. You need to explain complex ideas in simple language, both in meetings and in documents. Critical thinking is also essential. Stakeholders often describe symptoms, not root causes. A BA asks why repeatedly until the real problem surfaces. Data analysis is another important skill. Even if you're not a data scientist, you should be comfortable interpreting numbers, spotting trends, and summarizing them. And, of course, problem solving. A BA doesn't just point out issues, they recommend practical, implementable solutions. Each of these skills can be learned and strengthened. In fact, I'll be dedicating entire videos to developing communication strategies, critical thinking frameworks, and BA problem-solving techniques. A question I hear often is, what's the difference between a business analyst and a data analyst? The business analyst focuses on business processes, requirements, and stakeholder needs. Their job is to make sure the right solution is built. The data analyst focuses on collecting, cleaning, and analyzing data. Their job is to extract insights from data to guide decisions. Both may use Excel, SQL, or Power BI, and both present findings to stakeholders. But here's the key difference. The BA is a change agent. The DA is an insight generator. I'll create a future video breaking down salaries, career paths, and which role might be best depending on your strengths. Let's bring this down to earth with a scenario. Imagine a hospital struggling with long patient wait times. Patients complain, doctors are frustrated, and administrators know something must change. Enter the BA. First, they interview doctors, nurses, and patients. Next, they analyze scheduling data in Excel. They identify bottlenecks, too few staff at peak hours, and poor triage process. They document new requirements, like a smarter scheduling system, clearer triage rules, and better reporting. They present recommendations to stakeholders, get consensus, and pass the requirements to the dev team. The dev team builds the new scheduling tool. Finally, the BA validates that the tool meets requirements and actually reduces wait times. That's the BA in action. Not coding, not managing budgets, but ensuring the business problem is solved. Where can you go once you start as a BA? The typical path is junior BA, then business analyst, then senior BA, and eventually leadership or adjacent roles. As a junior BA, you learn documentation and support workshops. As a business analyst, you lead requirement sessions and manage projects more independently. As a senior BA, you handle strategic initiatives, mentor juniors, and influence business strategy. From there, you might move into leadership roles like product owner, project manager, analytics manager, or even chief data officer. The great thing about this career is flexibility. You can move across industries like finance, healthcare, retail, or tech because the skills are transferable. In an upcoming video, I'll share tips on how to break into the BA role with no experience and what certifications can give you an edge. So, what does a business analyst actually do? They bridge business needs and technical solutions. They gather requirements, document them clearly, manage stakeholders, improve processes, and ensure the business problem is solved. They use tools like Jira, Excel, and Power BI, But what sets them apart are their skills in communication, critical thinking, and problem solving. Without them, businesses risk building the wrong thing, wasting money, time, and effort. With them, organizations can align goals, technology, and people to deliver real value. If this overview was helpful, make sure to subscribe. In the next videos, I'll dive deeper into how to write perfect user stories, a beginner's guide to Jira for business analysts, top interview questions for aspiring BAs, and real-life case studies from different industries. Thanks for watching. And remember, with the right guidance, you can grow into a confident business analyst, and I'll be your BA coach along the way. This is actually my first ever video as your BA coach, and I'm so excited to start this journey with you. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with others who might benefit. Your support means so much and helps me keep creating even more content to guide you in your business analyst career.